All right, well, we are 50% done with our Fed nonsense this year. Kind of makes sense. We're just about to wrap up the first half of 2023, which has been a bullgasm the whole time. And our 4th out of 8 Fed meetings is complete. And I just wanted to recap of some of the jiggerings today. We'll begin with the ES, which closed in the green by a little bit. It had kind of a crazy day. When the announcement came out, which was no change, which is exactly what everybody expected, and but it was sort of looking kind of hawkish on the projections, the ES went down quite quickly, and it went down something like 40 points or so, net, and then it completely, and I believe it was Roz. I've lost track. I think it was Roz. Somebody out there said, better get out while it's still red, and how right they were, because it unwound every single bit of those losses and then went into the green. And then it was just kind of farting around for the rest of the day and had this big bounce at the end. So net closed up about 0.12%. I feel like the frog being boiled in the pot here. I didn't even realize we were in the 4400s already. I mean, that is incredible to me. We're getting within the spitting distance of 4500s. Absolutely kind of sickening, really. The VIX itself, 13. This sucker was up almost 40 at one point last year. We're back we're barely hanging on to the teens at this point. Absolutely incredible. You can see the pop here after the announcement where we exploded to an amazing 14 on the VIX, but yeah, we just completely tumbled away got almost to 15, and then, as I say, back into the 13 zone, barely clinging to the teens. From a longer term perspective, and we're still let's get back to the ES. The VIX is obviously extremely depressed, just like the bears. The ES has been on a rocket ship. The weekly chart here, and the week's only 3 days old, has been one of the biggest bars for the past, 8 months. Just a tremendous lift. We haven't had a good hearty sell-off of any note since early March. It's been almost 4 months since we've had any kind of meaningful sell-off, which is why it feels the way it feels. This inverted head and shoulders was every bit as horrible as I feared it would be. Once we push past this 4186.57, we have been just exploding higher, and I'm sure there's already chatter about lifetime highs, because it seems beyond impossible here. Now we're getting sort of kind of close. And of course, if you look at semiconductors, if you look at the likes of the SMH, we're just about there. Isn't that amazing? We're just about to lifetime highs. And this is, of course, driven by the madness of NVIDIA, which is at lifetime highs. This has gone up in price since October by about 300%, I believe, over 300%. Literally about a $700 billion increase in valuation. Probably more than that, I think. Of a company that not that long ago was a niche maker of graphics cards for gamers. And I've asked you before, and I'll ask myself, how many times have you used anything to do with AI in the past, several weeks? And for me, it's 0. And I'm a pretty tech-heavy fella. This is the most bizarre. This is worse than 3D printing. This is worse than crypto. This is this unhinged mania about something which I think is ridiculous. Over the span of decades, yes, probably a huge deal, but what on earth are people thinking? I just do not know. But it doesn't matter whether I know or not. The NASDAQ is continuing to go absolutely ape. Now, this green line, let me be very clear, this is not a Fibonacci of any sort. The only thing this green line represents is it matches the peak on the NASDAQ on this weekly bar and this weekly bar. And we're getting very close to it right now. I don't think it has, it has no Fibonacci significance at all. I simply have anchored it to those highs because it seems mildly interesting in terms of being some sort of base to this topping pattern. And that is it. But I've continued to steer pretty clear of anything related to tech or the NASDAQ. The only exceptions, or I should say not even plural exception, is Qualcomm. Qualcomm is the only tech thing I've got a short position on. And obviously only semiconductor position. So, I mean, yeah, I don't mess with NVIDIA. I've gotten burned on Meta, etc. No, thank you. I mean, Qualcomm is it. The only one that I trust even a little bit. Anyway, getting back to this stuff. As far as the RTY goes, this was sort of my salvation today because far and away the most preponderant, if that's a word, sector I'm in is financial. And RTY is very reflective of that. This is a very boring chart, but at least it's been pretty reliable. We have been moving. We could actually probably even I'll make this sort of hideous. We'll extend these over to the left. We've been kind of range bound on this really since, gosh, the past 14 months. It's kind of incredible, isn't it? You can see down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And I have, as I say, I have 11 positions now. I don't, I had been in Tesla, dashed out of that, which again, I'll probably regret. But of those 11 positions, most of them have something to do with finance. And so the RTY, God bless it, managed for the day to actually hold on to a drop of a little more than 1%. So that's where that's at. So yeah, there's the kind of lay of the land. So just in summary, 11 positions, super conservative. January 2024's a little cash thanks to my Tesla dumpage. I'll probably go right back into Tesla tomorrow, to tell you the truth, unless Tesla goes rocketing higher. A profitable day and a really good day only for one reason: the Fed is done again. So we don't have to face this nonsense. Let's find out. Let's just go to peek and cheat here a little bit. Looking at the calendar, yeah, it looks like, well, you know what? They don't even, oh, here it is, July 26th. Okay, so I guess that's the next date to worry about, July 26th. So we've got a bit of a reprieve, and that'll be interesting too, because that'll be right near the end of kind of the meat of earnings season. Let's just time travel a little bit. Oh, I don't have that information yet. Okay, never mind. That hasn't flowed in. So we'll leave it at that with a whimper, not a bang. Thanks for your attention. Hope you had a good day, and huzzah, that meeting 4 is done.